Okay, so if you're an architect or you manage a Google Cloud environment, you already know how incredibly powerful the platform is. But you probably also know that feeling, right? That little knot in your stomach when the monthly bill shows up and it's full of surprises. Today, we're going to tackle that head on. We are going to architect a solution right inside GCP, not to cut services, but to get total visibility into your costs. We're going to turn that bill from a mystery into one of your most strategic tools. So let's just start with the question that keeps a lot of us up at night. You see that big number at the bottom of the invoice, but could you, right now, walk into your CFO's office and tell them with 100% confidence exactly which team, which service, or which environment is driving those costs? For most of us, if we're being honest, the answer is probably not. And that's really the heart of the problem we're talking about today. The bill lands, and it's just this one big opaque number. It's a total black box. And when you can't see inside, any kind of real accountability or strategic cost cutting, it feels completely impossible. This leads us right into what I like to call the cloud cost mystery. We know the money is being spent, but the clues, the evidence as to why and where, it feels like they're buried somewhere we can't get to. Just take a look at this. Does this chart look a little too familiar? For so many companies, this is the before picture. You see that giant purple slice? 80% of the entire budget is just uncategorized compute. I mean, what does that even mean? We know it's virtual machines, we know it's containers, but who owns them? Is this for development, staging, is it production? This chart tells you absolutely nothing actionable. It's really just a big, colorful reminder that you're spending a lot of money. So how do we fix this? How do we solve the mystery? We have to start with one simple, fundamental rule. You can't even begin to think about optimizing your costs until you can see where every single dollar is going. It's always visibility first, then optimization second. This right here is probably the single most important truth in all of cloud financial management. Trying to cut costs without clear data, it's like stumbling around in a dark server room. You are way more likely to trip and unplug something critical than you are to find any real savings. Now, the great news is that GCP gives us this really powerful built-in toolkit to basically flip the lights on. So let's open it up and see exactly how we can build this accountability framework from the ground up. GCP's own resource hierarchy is going to be your best friend here. Think of it like this. You've got these top-level folders that can represent entire departments, right? Then inside those, you have projects, which house individual applications. And then, at the most granular level, connecting everything, you have labels. And trust me, this is where the real magic happens. So what are labels exactly? Well, don't overthink it. They're just simple metadata, little key value pairs, like digital sticky notes that you attach to every single resource you spin up, from a GCE instance to a cloud storage bucket. But these simple little tags are the secret ingredient that lets you slice and dice your entire billing report by team, by environment, or by service. And this right here, this is your starter playbook. Seriously, you don't need to create dozens and dozens of labels. Just start with these 4 essentials. Tag every single resource with the team that owns it, the environment it runs in, the service it belongs to, and, really important, the cost center to link it all back to the finance department. If you can get this right, you basically have the Rosetta Stone for translating your technical spend into actual business impact. Once you put this structure and this labeling discipline into practice, the transformation you'll see is, well, it's immediate and it's profound. You literally move from a state of total chaos to one of absolute clarity. And here it is. This is the after picture. Just look at this transformation. The total spend is exactly the same, but that giant uncategorized blob, it's completely gone. Now we can clearly see that the search team's production environment is our biggest cost driver, followed closely by the checkout team. We can even see our dev and staging costs broken out. The mystery is solved. This is no longer just a bill, it's an actionable intelligence report. This is the real transformation we're talking about. You shift your entire operational posture. You go from this constant state of reactive firefighting, scrambling after a bill comes in way higher than expected, to proactive optimization. Now you can have intelligent, data-driven conversations with team leads about their specific resource usage because you're armed with the actual numbers. So you're on board, you're convinced. You want to get to that after state. Where on earth do you begin? Let's lay out a simple architect's playbook. Your playbook has just 3 steps. That's it. First, you define that standard labeling policy, and you get buy-in from all of your teams. Second, and this part is absolutely critical, you enforce it automatically. Use an organization policy to require those labels on all new resources, no exceptions. And third, you configure your detailed billing export to go directly to BigQuery. This is what gives you that raw, granular data you need to build incredible dashboards in Looker Studio or run really deep analytical queries. And that really brings us to the end. We've replaced that black box with a crystal clear dashboard. The power has completely shifted. The question is no longer, where is all the money going? The question is now for you to answer. Now that you can see everything, what are you going to optimize first?